Isaiah, Isaiah 19 and verse 14. The Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Kakadash, for blessing us with the Spirit to do another lesson, you know. And you got this whole thing with Spirit Airlines that just went belly up overnight, and thousands of people lost their jobs. I've never flown on Spirit Airlines, but from what I've heard, they were the cheapest. But there was a lot of ghetto ratchet behavior. The planes weren't up to par, and they just went completely bankrupt, man. And overnight they literally shut down. People had booked flights through Spirit Airlines and got to the airport and was told, the airlines were shut down. And this is another token showing you that Babylon the Great is completely done, man. There's going to be a lot of things shutting down, a lot of doors closing from airlines to malls to different businesses to Walmarts, and all these things have been gradually closing throughout the years. But it's about to be an uptick, man. And we told you. So let's play this. Yabba Shem Yahushua, willing to elect be edified. Shalom.
Do you know what type of economy we have to be living in for 17,000 people to lose their job overnight? There was no agreement for Spirit Airlines to be bailed out, and they closed effective immediately.
And a lot of you so-called Negroes and Latinos, you use that airline to, travel. I don't know who owned it. I had thought at one point in time, JetBlue was looking to buy it, or another airline company was looking to buy it. But, that didn't happen. So now, Jake got to pay. If you want to fly, he got to pay more. He got to pay more money. And, if Jake got to come out of his pocket, most Jakes, because a lot of Jakes would pay, to be comfortable and to have a peaceful flight, which, you got people on all airlines acting crazy and bugging out. But the more you pay, the less of that you'll have to deal with.
Immediately. 34 years in operation. No incidents in 34 years. This was an airline that provided, cheaper tickets for families to be able to travel, for certain demographics to be able to travel.
And she's lying. She said there were no incidents in 34 years. You're out of your mind, lady. There were fights on the flight. There were, ratchet in the airport next to that airline. There were fights in the airport connected to that airline. People were, they wasn't following the rules on that thing, man. Lady, you out of your mind, man.
And overnight, it's just gone. 17.
And Salakia. Like I said, I've never flew Spirit, but I've seen videos, receipts of what was going down on some of those flights.
1,000 people just lost their job in this economy. Do you know what that is going to do? I just need y'all to really think about this. Really think about this.
Listen, Spirit Airlines today, your ass tomorrow. Listen what I'm telling you, man. This country is broke. It's been broke for a while. Listen, man. Spirit Airlines probably could have got bailed out if that orange motherfucker didn't start that shit over there in the Middle East. Do you know how much money they done already spent over there, man? Billions of dollars. Fuck it. And it's gonna cost trillions of dollars, you know what I'm saying, to goddamn back that shit. You know a lot of where your other money went? The Ukraine, to motherfucking Israel, and all these other little goddamn countries. This country been broke for a minute. The country been broke. Why you think fucking tariffs and all? Man, this orange motherfucker, man. Boy, listen here, boy. You open up the voter of America right now, boy. It ain't up a cobwebs and a motherfucking fly in that bitch, man. Ain't no money in that motherfucker. That bitch ain't got no gold. That bitch ain't got nothing. It been a soul out. That's what I'm telling you, man. You're going to have a lot of hard days ahead of you, man. You're going to wake up to a lot of fucking breaking news. Jay, hey, just trying to be real with you, man. These folk playing major games. I'm trying to tell you. That fucking airline, you know what I'm saying, knew this shit was going to come. They knew this shit was going to fail, man. You ain't tell your employees a damn thing. You ain't tell them nothing. Hoping on a goddamn wish and a prayer, man. Boy, that's okay. Spirit employees, it's gonna be a lot of more companies, goddamn it, workers standing on the side of your ass. This shit going down in the shit basket, boy.
This morning at 3 a.m., Spirit Airlines ceased operations. So what that means is Spirit does not have airplanes in the air flying as of this morning. Also, their call centers are closed and they don't have staff at ticket counters. So if you have a flight scheduled with Spirit Airlines, don't show up at the airport. There will be no one here to assist you.
I see the Spirit Airlines is empty and say, what happened? I don't know. I don't receive any news. I don't receive any alert in my phone, and I'm coming to present to my flight today. I'm going to Guatemala. And supposed my family is waiting for me. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing right now.
You know, the people that already had paid. So I'm not sure what we're going to do. We're debating on going home. I'm debating on just trying to book something here. I'm not really sure at this point. I was just sitting down trying to weigh out my options.
Well, before I walked into the
and that's you know, this devil for you, man. You know, let me see something real quick, man, because I would like to know who owns Spirit Airlines. Because, you know, that's effed up, man. You know, here it is. People book these flights and they didn't get a warning. They didn't get a alert like the woman said. She was trying to go home to you know, a wedding, or you know, other people probably were going on vacation or whatever. And you know, when they got to the airport, man, they you had this devil say, if you got flights with Spirit Airlines, don't show up. How the fuck they gonna know anything if they didn't get an alert or, you know, get a heads up? You know, this is crazy, man. But this is the devil for you. Let me see. Spirit. Okay. BlackRock. It said as of May, let me share it. It said As of May 2026, Spirit Airlines, Spirit Aviation Holdings is in the process of an orderly wind down of operations following a failed rescue deal. The company has been under the control of its creditors and bondholders following previous 2024-2025 Chapter 11 bankruptcy restructurings, with major institutional investors like Vanguard Group and BlackRock having held significant stakes. So, Vanguard and BlackRock are two major investment groups, and they have their hands on a lot of things, man. A lot of things, man. And it's owned by Edomites, man. And I guarantee you, them Edomites and Vanguard and BlackRock made billions. So this devil, man, he gets rich off of your your ignorance and your sorrow, man. So yeah, man, that's messed up. Let's rewind it back a little bit. All right, let me get a scripture, actually. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 3. It says, because over 17,000 people lost their jobs overnight. They thought they were going to work on Sunday. You got Jake back there looking like, what the hell is going on? What do I do? This is May 2nd. Today is the 4th, man. This is 2 days ago. And this is going to be the case. And I don't know how many people going to lose their jobs this year. But it's going to get rough out here for the people of Babylon the Great, man. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 3. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few. The grinders are the workers, right? It says, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, man. They're not going to see, no end, right? No end, man. Right? It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, man. The doors of what? These businesses. Like I said, whether it's the supermarkets, whether it's Home Depot, home improvement businesses, airlines, malls, restaurants, whatever, man. Right? The Lord said what? And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he that shall rise up, Salakia, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low, man. Yeah, man. It ain't gonna be no singing and dancing, and having a good time no more, man. We living in the time of sorrows and mourning, man. So let's go.
At this point, I was just sitting down trying to weigh out my options.
Well, before I walked into the airport, it had been delayed, rescheduled back to its original time, delayed again, then rescheduled back to its original time again. And then when we got here, it was canceled within 5 minutes of getting through security.
Spirit maintained low-cost flights. I saw a lot of, first-time flyer kids that, and families that their dream was to go to point A to B, Disneyland, you name it. And we were the only ones who were able to give them that chance. Unfortunately, that's all gone.
So the only warning that you got was when?
Today. We tried to see the tickets and we saw the message on the big screen that it said that we cannot, that they were canceling our flights.
All flights have been canceled effective immediately, and they're not offering rebooking services right now, telling passengers to book with other airlines. Several carriers have stepped up, which is certainly good news, offering support for impacted travelers, some even offering reduced fares on select routes. Now, the airline did release a statement this morning telling guests all flights have been canceled and customer service is no longer available. Travelers will automatically receive refunds for flights purchased with a credit or debit card, but those who booked using a voucher, credit, or points will be informed about compensation at a later date. Now, Spirit passengers are being told not to go to the airport. Instead, refer to the website spiritrestructuring.com for further guidance.
So, so yeah, man, they got their money, and other airlines were giving them reduced rates, for impact, for this impacting them and things like that. But yeah, man, it's crazy. This is gonna be how it's gonna be when people are gonna wake up one morning and go to the bank, and the bank is gonna be shut down. There's gonna be a bolt lock on the door, and you're not gonna get an answer, or you're not going to get a heads up as to what happened. So just look for this to happen more and more in the future, man, because we at the end. And let me close this out with this. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 5. Get straight to the point. Straight to the point. And it reads, For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, man. So the end is manifesting. And the Lord is showing the tokens of the end. Take heed to it, man. Walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. So I'm going to shut it down there. Yahweh Shem Yahushua willing, the elect be edified. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, to the next lesson. Shalom.